Hi, welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. I hope you're doing well today. So today I want to talk a little bit more about the planet and this convergence of the different frequencies of Earth that are all part of the same harmonic Earth and same oversoul and different harmonics, different frequencies, and how we're having a convergence right now and different things that are happening on the planet, because it can be a very scary time. But I really feel like we should all know more about and what to expect with the climate changes and the changes that are happening because of humanity being here on the planet, and because we are waking up and our vibration is bringing the planet's vibration higher. And so I want to rewind this back to the last time when Atlantis, the last part of Atlantis fell, and what happened during that time. Because like I explained, that Tara right here, this is still working trauma loops out. So they're partially fractured still in this dimension, okay? And Ashatara, where Lemuria is awakening now, and this is why we are having a lot of memories from Lemuria, and a lot of people are astral traveling to these realms, okay? So I want to talk about what's happened here in this fractured portion of Earth, okay, on Tara. And the more that we understand what happened, and we can unlock a lot of things. And so just roll along with me, because we're doing this in doses. This is a lot of stuff to take in, but it's so important to the future of the planet. Okay, so what really happened 12,500 years ago? So energetically speaking, we're feeling a lot of things that we can't explain. Like, you know, I've been going through a lot of grief and different things like that for a while, because I've lost both of my siblings back to back. And I instantaneously knew that my contract was about to be up. I already knew that. I knew that telepathically, psychically, intuitively. So, you know, I have been having a lot. I know a lot of my friends are too. They've been feeling weird lately. Grief flashes of other timelines, or a sudden pull towards the earth. So what we're actually experiencing is the surface of something very, very old. And it's something that is stored here in the earth from 12,500 years ago. And it's starting to release right now. Okay? So, I mean, the fact that this stuff is releasing is good, because it shows that what we're doing is making a difference, folks. Okay? So around 12,900 years ago, Earth was struck by something. It was either a comet, or I'm going to say like a part of another planet, because the way that I'm understanding it from some other people that see into the other realms, is that there was another planet that blew up, and a portion of this planet hit Earth. And what happened is there was black programmable matter from this Earth, because it wasn't Earth. I think it was Tiamat. Anyway, every planet has black goo, and I talked about this on one of my older videos. It's a few months back, maybe 6 months back, about this black goo. And this black goo is sentient, and it's like the blood of a planet, okay? All right, so this blood sprayed everywhere out into the universe, and some of it got on these different planets. Venus was one. This is what happened to Venus. Venus got black goo on it from another planet that had been destroyed. And it's like having two ladies living in the house that are not related to each other, that are not in harmony with each other. It's not going to work out. There's going to be problems. So basically, the blood from this planet, this is sentient, landed on Earth, landed on a couple other planets. Okay, so around 12,900 years ago, we were struck by something, and this caused a huge cataclysm on the planet. I mean, we went into the Younger Dryas period. So, I mean, it was a catastrophe. So this was the fall of the final Atlantis civilization. This was like the third event that happened to Atlantis, and this was the end of it. And this really was a consciousness fracture of the entire planet, because so many things happened then. Not only did the Earth go into shock, but humanity was almost completely wiped out, and the trauma of that incident was stored here on the planet in the ice. Okay? So during that freeze, what happened was Earth created her own layers of this carbon-rich black sediment, hydrocarbon residue, black goo, right? And crystallized water memory, okay? So this is the ice. Just like crystals that don't melt, that they put in electronics, they all have memory on them, okay? Water is the same thing. They've already done experiments where they show that you can play beautiful music and different things, and you can bless water, and it takes a beautiful structure. So this black goo and glacial ice held more than just matter. It held all of the emotion, all of the trauma, resonance, encoded memory. Everything was locked down, okay? So water is being the consciousness carrier. It became essentially Earth's trauma archive, basically. So 12,500 years ago till now, we've not had a major event on the Earth that has melted this ice. Okay, so you could kind of think like Earth herself has been locked in a cryogenic chamber, pretty much, you know? And so it's holding all of these things inside of it. And so let's talk about what happened to humanity. Our consciousness split. We went from having a bicameral mind, and we've talked about this in other videos, is when this happened, our minds were so fractured, and we got parasites. And how this happened was because when the Earth went through this cataclysm, it weakened the magnetic field of all of the people that were on the planet, and it made them susceptible to parasites. They started running malware codes and all of these things. We're a biological computer. Okay, so we split. So we no longer were connected to the whole unified field together as one, like we used to be all connected to the unified field. So, you know, we started getting all of these overlays. We started getting trauma loops. We started getting emotional implants. We had all kind of thought forms and parasitic overlays that went on top of our hologram. So we have been going through this phase since that time. So it's just like we lost the ability to connect our antenna because we had a fracturing of the Stargate number 12 or 11, which connected to the Lyran constellation, which is basically like where everything originated, you know. So it was this place was severed off. And so it was running like if you have an electrical problem and it's backfiring, instead of going all the circuit is not going through, it's backfiring in a loop. So that's what essentially happened. So then from this time on, we have basically been locked in a firmament. We've been here in a cryogenic state almost. So, you know, we're essentially in the most important time on planet Earth, because we can make such a difference. Because as the Earth is warming, not just the climate, she's also warming energetically. And as our collective vibration rises, the ice is melting and the grief is coming out. And so we're going to have a lot of floods. This is not a crisis. This is a convergence of timelines, memory strands, and the harmonic Earth's version of reuniting itself with all of its other parts. So when these floods happen, they are going to be very traumatic. And this is why humanity has to rally around these people and support them. It's so crucial. It's so crucial. We can't let these people just get, you know, become a thing of a thought from yesterday. We can't do that. We have to support them. So we're not watching the planet just shift. We're watching her remember. And as the ice melts, we're going to feel a lot of the grief. We're going to have a lot of tears. There's going to be a huge release, and there's going to be a lot of emotional experiences that are going to happen as Earth starts releasing her trauma. And so what can we do? So this is the video that I did yesterday, where we were talking about how absolutely crucial it is to be using heirloom mother seeds. And the reason that I say this is because when we plant things in the earth that are heirloom, that haven't been genetically modified at all, we are restoring her memory. We're restoring her memory. So always plant heirloom seeds. Don't use anything hybridized, because that's adding to the problem. It's adding to the problem. So what we have to do is we have to plant things in earth. We have to put our hands back in the dirt. We have to start working with water. When we're near water, we have to bless it and speak to it, and we have to clean our water up. Look at the pollution in our waters. I was looking at the state. There's some statistics you can go on the state and look at the percentages of pollution that are in your water table that's in your local lakes, and see which ones are. They go out and take water samples. Every lake in my town is practically unsuitable for fishing, except for one, and it's a mountain lake, and that's in a gated community, which is guarded, and the people that live there are all millionaires and billionaires, and it's all of the robber baron people from the 1800s. There's something very special here because there's a meteor here, and they all have houses right next to it. So if you're doubting about special things about the planet and nodes, Lake Wales has a node here. It has a huge meteor that's sitting in the ground. And you know, when Atlantis got hit, it peppered out. And so, you know, the Stargate in Sarasota, Siesta Key, it exploded. And the whole beach is crushed quartz crystal. And that's Stargate number 2, which is one of the most important Stargates in the entire planet, is that one. The other one is in France and the UK. So we can help the earth by planting, by blessing the water, by cleaning up the pollution, by recycling, by going into our communities and putting community gardens in there, trying to be self-sustainable in our living. I'm not talking about completely going off the grid. You can't do that. We're living in the real world here. We have to function in the matrix at the same time, doing everything we can to get out of it. You know, yeah, we still have to go to work. Yeah, but you know, we have to try to do these other things. If we put power in numbers and bring people together to build community gardens, I mean, just think how much money we could save. And we're helping the planet, and we're helping each other, and we're building community. So we found the lot for my community garden, and so it goes to the board on the 24th. Super excited. So with that, I would love to hear what you have to say. I mean, I really hope that you know, everybody can try to come together and rally around all of these things that are happening and support the people, so we can get through it with the least amount of trauma as possible. You know, and also, you know, just, I don't know, you know, we just need to be grounding to the planet, and we really need to be putting a lot of empathy and love in our heart and not getting caught up in all of the hysteria, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now. A lot of distractions. We've been, you know, listening to all this Epstein stuff going on and on and on about 6 years, and then all of a sudden Trump doesn't want to talk about it. See, what did I tell you? For those of you who have already talked to that are other content creators that have asked me about it, and I said honestly, I felt like he was compromised. There you go. There you go. This whole, why are you still talking about this? Hello? Why would we not? We want to see this resolved. We don't want all of these predators running around with our kids. Are you kidding me? You know? So, I mean, basically, guys, we just got the old reach around. So, you know, it's time for us to start doing things for ourselves. If this doesn't convince you, you know, that all of this stuff in media is nothing but a distraction, that we've been, the whole thing with the Diddy trial was nothing but an attention circus to keep people distracted from what's really, don't look over here, because you need to look over here. We're really going to hang him out to dry, right? I mean, come on. Let's be real, folks. This is a matrix. This is a matrix. And we got to wake Mother Earth up, because we got to get out of all this BS. You know, it's time for people to start working together, loving each other, caring about each other, and getting back to the planet. We got to wake her memory up. And we can do this by putting our hands in the earth, planting heirloom seeds, you know, cleaning up, pollution, recycling, stop being materialistic, you know. And so with that, when you come and find me, I'll be here, because we're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time. And together we can. We can do this, guys. We can do this. We can bring heaven to earth. We can. We can. Earth can be a wonderful place where everybody can be. And we can live in peace. You know, it's not necessary for all these wars. It's not. It's not. This is just... I'm not going to get into too much of that because it's such a hot topic. But I just don't believe in hurting other people. I don't. I don't. And, you know, we can die on a hill about it. Absolutely. But we need to be looking at the bigger spiritual picture of all of this and what's really going on. So, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. We have to support the channel. We got to get this information out about getting these gardens going, guys. And if you guys want to set up a community garden in your neighborhood and you need ideas or you need help, reach out to me, because I want everybody to be able to do this in their community, and it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So my email is hstacy90@gmail.com. And, you know, also the other thing is I'm looking for people that are interested in being a part of a group that wants to help set up seed banks of heirloom seeds so we can trade, help people get heirloom seeds so they can plant their gardens. Nothing genetically modified. This is all heirloom. So I'm setting up a seed bank here, and I need other people to be involved in this. So the more people we can get involved in this, the better it's going to be for the planet. So I'm really excited about working with a lot of people, you know, that love Earth and love humanity and want to see us succeed. Because we can do this. We can do this. So thanks for watching Sacred Enzyme, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.